So one of the important concept in our first order logic is Skolemization. So what is Skolemization? We know that we are having already one lab program also for this one. Skolemization is the process of removing existential quantifiers. So before coming to learn this columnization, you must be having knowledge about what is quantifier, what are the types of quantifiers, what is the quantification. You have to get an idea of it. So, so the process of removing existential quantifier from the first order logic formulas by replacing them with the Skolem constants or Skolem functions. So this is what important thing. So we are going to remove our existential quantifier, that is this one. After reviewing whether we have to make this column constant or a column function, that you need to remember. It preserves satisfiability. So why we are going to use means it is also used for resolution. Okay. So why columnization is required? Resolution works on a CNF. So CNF does not allow any kind of existential quantifier. Existential quantifier must be eliminated. Universal quantifier are implicitly. So if we are having universal quantifier, it is not a big deal. But existential quantifier, why? Because it is having a specific only for few. It is going to applicable. So existential quantifier we have to remove first thing. So if you observe in the previous example, that is a criminal offense, we are having universal, but we are not having a big, big issue with it. We can remove that. Now existential quantifier without universal. So what happened? If existential there exists x appears without any preceding for all variable, replace x with a Skolem constant. Important thing. Remember, this is important thing. What is that? If you are not going to get any kind of universal quantifier after or before, that is before our existential quantifier, then we have to make this Skolem constant. We can replace that with a Skolem constant. So what happening here? See, so there ex there exists x where x is a student. So there is no universal quantifier over here. So if you are going to get universal quantifier, then we have to move with the column function, but we are not having any kind of a universal quantifier before that. So we can directly simply replace this x with the a. So x is replaced by a. So that is what simply, and this is we are going this a we are going to call as a Skolem constant. Okay, this is what before uh, our existential quantifier, if you are not having any kind of uh, universal quantifier, then we can replace the particular variable with any that variable with our constants. That one thing you have to remember. And next one, where we can place universal, that is functions, column function. So if there exists y appears after for all x, replace y with the Skolem function depending on x. See this basic example. For all x, there exists y where x allows y. So what we have to do means we have to remove. Somebody might get doubt why we are going to replace only y instead of x means we want to remove existential quantifier. So that's why we are going to replace this one as a x loves f of x. That's it. Just we are going to, instead of this y variable, we are going to make as f of x, not f of y. You have to remember this. You have to make in f of x, that will become our Skolem function. This is very basic. Okay. So you might be getting questions like apply our Skolemization for the following first order logic, like that you might get. So just go through once this Skolemization also. I have already shared this PPT in your group. Just go through once.